Hi filmmakers, and welcome to High Concept, the show where we don't just show you filmmaking and editing techniques, we show you real producing strategies to help you get your film made. I'm your host, founder, and executive producer at the Film Fund, Thomas Verdi. I'm also an award-winning filmmaker, producer, and film festival judge. In this week's episode, we'll take a look at how to turn a story idea into an actual script. Welcome to High Concept. Before you embark on the long and arduous yet thrilling journey that is writing a screenplay, you should make sure you have a solid story idea. Who are my characters? Are they complex and multidimensional? Does there exist enough conflict and stakes to drive the story along? These are some important questions you should consider before jumping into a script. Once you've thought about and developed your narrative story idea, it's time to start actually writing. This can seem daunting at first, especially if you haven't written a screenplay before, but don't be discouraged. Here are a few tips on how to turn your idea into a fully fledged script. Industry professionals, established competition judges, and movie producers reading your script give little room for error, typically in format and structure. You don't want people reading your script tossing it after the first page simply because of technical issues. This is why it's important to learn how to properly format a script so that people will take your work seriously. You don't want to spend countless hours and days working on a script only to be disregarded because you formatted your slug lines and dialogue incorrectly. There's plenty of free and premium script writing software that will help structure and format your script within industry standards. The most well-known and used software by working professionals in the film industry is Final Draft. If you have the funds for writing software, it would be a great investment if you're serious about writing a professionally looking screenplay. Learning how to properly format a script will allow you to worry less about the technicalities of writing a script and more about the story. When you think you have a compelling and creative story idea, it's time to start writing the script. But before you begin writing, a great way to help you grasp what your actual story and conflict is to create a logline. A logline is essentially a one-sentence summary of your screenplay that includes your main conflict and how it relates to your protagonist/antagonist. Your logline also acts as a one-sentence pitch to film producers and directors, as well as any potential investors interested in reading your script. The logline will help them determine whether or not they actually want to go forward with reading your script. So writers typically try to create a hook within their logline to generate interest and curiosity. The overall goal of the logline is to make people want to read your script and to help you understand what your story will be about. Once you've crafted a compelling logline for your script, you should construct an outline. An outline will help you immensely with organizing and breaking down your script. Whether you plan on using flashcards, a whiteboard, or a Word document, an outline will help you map out and structure the order and sequence of your scenes. Deciding to write a screenplay can be very daunting. You don't want to begin writing and not know where to go after a particular scene. This is why thoroughly mapping out your story before you write will save a lot of time and stress down the road. Choose whatever works for you, whether it's flashcards or a Word document. Try to structure your outline with the 3 acts of your screenplay and where certain scenes, plot points, and important character moments occur. The more detailed, the better. Similar to a logline, a treatment is a summary of your screenplay but much longer, generally between 10 to 20 pages depending on the project, and typically written out in prose like a short story. It also can be used for marketing purposes, much like a logline, when either pitching or trying to sell a script. Executive producers may want to read a treatment first when deciding to read a script, so it's important that you take the time to write one. Not only is a treatment good when trying to sell your script, but it's also another great pre-writing exercise to help get you a better grasp of your story. Writing your entire screenplay in short prose can be a great way to see how your story flows on the page, as well as how your characters and conflict change and develop throughout the story. Pacing and structure is an important aspect of your script, and the treatment can help you see the tension and conflict progress from scene to scene. Once you've garnered a firm understanding of the scriptwriting format and the pre-writing process, it's finally time to take a dive into writing the screenplay. Even after completing a well-thought-out outline, treatment, and logline, getting started on your screenplay can be daunting. But that's the beauty of writing your first draft. It's meant to be flawed and riddled with mistakes. In order to write a great screenplay, you need to write a bad one. The point of the first draft is to get all your initial story ideas, character arcs, pacing, style, and structure down so that you can go back and make changes several times. All of the great screenwriters currently working in the industry go through several drafts before it even reaches the screen. So don't be discouraged by your first draft. Know and accept that it will have mistakes so that you can spend less time worrying and stressing and more time writing. Remember, when writing a screenplay, it's important to adhere to the general rules of structuring and pacing, such as using the 3-act structure, plot points, and the correct page count for the certain sections of the story. However, don't stress about this. These are supposed to be guiding tools for writing a story, not limitations. Tell the story you want to tell and how you want to tell it. There are many great scripts written by successful filmmakers that deviate from typical screenwriting story structure. Don't be afraid to start writing the first draft. Writing a great screenplay takes a lot of time, effort, and revisions. No one's perfect the first time they begin writing, and you don't need to have gone to a film school to write a screenplay. Many of the best filmmakers today never stepped foot in a classroom, and they've written some of the best stories we all know and love. So, if you have a great fictional story idea, don't hesitate to turn it into a screenplay. If you're looking for more tips on turning your idea into a script, read our blog in the description. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're currently looking for funding for your independent film, don't forget to click that link in the description to enter a 1-sentence pitch to win up to $10,000 to produce your project. I'm your host, Thomas Verity, founder and executive producer at the Film Fund, and thank you for checking out High Concept.